If your brand belongs in the heart of the yachting world, this is where it happens. Yachting International Radio reaches over 1 million yachting professionals and enthusiasts every month, with 77 million impressions, 220,000 social followers, and 74,000 podcast subscribers. Our hosts are insiders, crew, captains, CEOs, trusted voices shaping the industry. This is targeted, high-impact advertising in a luxury niche. Visit yachtinginternationalradio.com/advertise. Your audience is already listening.
Greetings from Pier 66 Resort and Marina. We have a beautiful, feels like a summer day. Thanks to Megan Lagasse and all her hospitality and having us back to this beautiful resort to do this podcast. And today I'm with Morgan Sandoval. Morgan, welcome to Yachting USA.
Thank you so much for having me, Rick.
Oh, it's so
super
good.
exciting.
It's great to be here. We, like a lot of my guests, we had a pre-conversation a week or two ago talking about a lot of different things, and it's like, yeah, we got to do this.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you're here. And, you know, one of the fun things that I really wanted to get into, because I've seen this kind of type of forum happen around the world in other places. We have the Global Superyacht Forum Miami. I say that right?
Yes.
All right.
Nailed it.
Yes, happening in April.
Yes, we do.
And first time.
First time, inaugural event.
Inaugural event. I like that, coming in on the front end of something new. And you're involved in this, and I just thought this would be a great opportunity to let people understand what this is, why they may want to make plans to come to South Miami in April to an industry event that should trend and scale real well, and hopefully be the first of many of such events here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, we're super excited to host it. So the Superyacht Summit in Turkey, the team that has put that on successfully now for 3 or 4 years, I believe this is now going to be the 4th year of 2026, has partnered with the founder of the Global Superyacht Forum now in Miami. His name is Shakib Hardal. He was the vice president of the World Tourism Institute, and now he has fallen in love with the superyacht sector and band together with the team in Istanbul, who has successfully put on the Superyacht Summit in Turkey, and we are now creating more of a global stage and bringing it to Miami for the inaugural year. So we are still considering it to be a high-level conference style, not a trade show. It's not going to be your run-of-the-mill boat show where you have, in-water display or booths, anything like that. I've been kind of describing it as like a Davos economic forum, but for the superyacht sector.
That's a perfect description.
Kind of high-level conversations. We're talking about, the infrastructure of Miami. How are owners structuring their yachts? How is charter changing? How is the landscape of super yachts and turning into a luxury hospitality sector? So a lot of high-level fun conversations that are going to be for, the people in the room are going to be your CEOs, your family offices, your super yacht owners, people in the industry that are really driving decisions, stakeholders. So it's going to be really exciting, really fun. And like you said, going to be in South Beach, April 18th, and we're stoked. It's going to be awesome.
Well, this is really cool because obviously you have the original event for this organization in Istanbul, a beautiful city I've been to many times and love that area. It's also a very trending yachting center of the world. For years and years, I've been going to Amsterdam for the Superyacht Forum, which is something that was been put on in conjunction with the Mets trade. Mm-hmm. Again, that's a world event where people come from around the world and they show up for 2 days, and it's just like you described. It's a very intensive, immersive conversation amongst maritime professionals in this space, and we've been missing it in the United States. We've got Flibs, we got Palm Beach, we got all this stuff happening, but we don't have a bespoke site. I use that word. There you go. Those that know. But anyway, we don't have this type of an event until now. And it's here in South Florida, and I think this is so cool and it's so important. We need the opportunity to come together as a large yacht industry here.
Yes. And Miami, as most of us are aware, is turning into a huge hub for super yachting. We have a massive amount of wealth that's moving to South Florida, specifically Miami. We have real estate that's booming, and there's a huge conversation about how are we going to sustain the growth, marina-wise, infrastructure-wise, refit-wise. I mean, I know I've personally spoken to tons of captain and crew who all know that their plans for their refit or their yard period is going to be in Europe because they're unsure about what's going on with the economy or the cost of a refit. There's owners who would rather spend $250K to transport their boat to the Med, do their, refits there, spend them at summer, and then come back.
Well,
so what does that say about...
Well, it's funny you say that, Morgan, because I've recently taken on a position with a Dutch shipyard to be their U.S. shipyard representative to help do that very thing. Find American owners, captains, vessels here in the United States that want that high-end refit special survey experience and take it to an area where they're trusted shipyards such as in the Netherlands. Yep. And it was no small decision on my part to join Bollock Shipyard to do this, because I've been beating the drum here in the United States for the last couple of years with this podcast and this forum about we've got to find ways to keep these boats here, keep the captains, owners, and the infrastructure here, support the U.S. business, build it up and make it work. And we'll go into more conversations down the road, but we're not getting there yet.
Yeah.
And so these kinds of forums, like we're talking about happening in Miami, are so essential, I think, for having these hard conversations and figuring out how we take our U.S. industry, strengthen it, improve it, and make it what it meets its potential to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think having the stage inaugurally here in Miami, the goal is that every year the forum will move. So it will be in Miami this year, but next year it might be Monaco or St. Bart's, another yachting hub, Singapore, who knows?
Okay.
We're planning it to be kind of like it's global,
It's a global mobile event.
So the goal is to, attract our American market here, get some really good voices to the stage. I mean, we've got Bert Fowles from Suntech.
Love that man.
There's a great speaker. We've got, Claire Hagan from Armada Club.
She's great too.
We've got a moderator from Forbes. Her name is Lourdes Hainland. So we've got some really good voices coming to the stage, and we want to have some big players that are going to, bring the right information. Like I mentioned, our panels are kind of spread out. It is not a breakout session type. It is going to be a structured forum. We have, coffee breaks, breakfast, and lunch included. Well, yeah, they're not. So that's what the networking is going to be.
Right, exactly.
But, we want to bring, the right people to the stage to discuss the right topics. We want our audience to walk away with the right value and the right, their ROI, and owners and potential owners, people, I have people who are already coming and buying tickets because they plan to start a new build for a 55 meter, or, they want to know what to expect in the next 3 years and who's going to guide me, who is the right people in the room. So it's a wide variety of attendees and speakers.
Right. It's a nice demographic of the industry.
Yep.
Cool.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's really a pre-event evening and then a whole big day, right?
Yep. So there is a cocktail reception on Friday night on the 17th. So it'll be much more of like a socializing opportunity to casually network, really get to know the people that you'll be in the room with the next day. And then the 18th on Saturday, we'll actually have the entire forum at the W. It'll be opening breakfast at Mr. Chow's. And then we'll have, which is a restaurant at the W. Yeah. Then we'll have the forum separated by breaks, coffee breaks as well, lunch there as well. So it's going to be all day on Saturday, and it'll be a great opportunity for everyone to kind of remingle after they've already met on Friday night.
Yeah, this sounds like a wonderful event. I'm looking forward to being there myself and, engaging in some great conversation and maybe doing a little bit more of this kind of work too, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. We're excited to bring something unique to especially to South Florida, but in general to this side of the pond.
Right,
Like you mentioned, it is a little bit more bespoke. It is not your run-in-the-mill boat show. We do have a saturation of those here. So we're really hoping to draw some really good crowd and, partners that are coming in. And it's just been a really good opportunity so far for our area down here in South Florida.
So Morgan, help me out. Those who are really interested, how do they get in touch with you, the organization? Where do we go to register and become part of this?
Yeah, absolutely. We have our website open and it has our ticketing on there. You can also reach out to me for anything, whether it's more information on the forum, information on ticketing or attendance, partnership opportunities.
We'll put all of that in the show notes. So as you're watching this or listening to this, you'll on all your podcast channels, we'll have all this information embedded there, so you can hit the easy button. Get in touch with Morgan here, go to the website, go to registration. See you in Miami on the 17th, 18th of April. This is going to be fun. It's going to be a great conversation. And thanks for the opportunity to make the introduction.
Thank you. We're very excited. We hope to see you guys there, and we would love to see you. Well, you are going to be there. You're going to be there.
Yes,
Thank you so much, Rick.
I intend to be there with bells on. We're going to have a great time there.
Appreciate it.
All right. Morgan, thanks for joining Yachting USA.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing you again
Thank
in
you so
Miami
much,
in
Rick.
April.
Me too. See you there.
What a pleasure. And until next time, I'm out of here.
In yachting, precision is not a luxury. It is the difference between function and failure. Every weld, every joint, every engineered solution must perform, not just in theory, but at sea. Engineered Yacht Solutions delivers specialist welding, fabrication, and onboard engineering built for real-world conditions. This is craftsmanship shaped by experience, pressure, and exacting standards. Trusted by professionals who understand there is no margin for error. Engineered Yacht Solutions. Discover engineering without compromise. EYSwelding.com.